A series of weak corporate earnings reports in the U.S. refocused the attention of investors on the fragile global economic recovery, sinking stock and commodity prices while driving investors to the safety of treasuries. The Dow Jones Industrial Average slumped 245 points, or 1.8%, to 13,100 in midday trading on Tuesday, on course for the biggest drop since June. If stocks close at this level, it would be the Dow's second loss of more than 200 points in 3 sessions, the highest such concentration of heavy losses in nearly a year. The Standard, and thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Poor's 500 stock index shed 24 points, or 1.7%, to 1409, as growth-sensitive materials and energy stocks tipped all 10 of the S&P 500's sectors into the red. The Nasdaq Composite Index declined 30 points, or 1%, to 2986. Declines extended into commodities. Front-month crude oil futures fell 2.5% to $86.45 a barrel in response to concern about weakening global demand. Gold futures lost 1% to $1,709 Detroit ounce, while copper, a key component of industrial production, dropped more than 1.6% to trade near a 6-week low. The flight from stocks and commodities gave a thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Boost to Treasury bonds. Yields on benchmark 10-year Treasury bonds fell to 1.759% as prices advanced. DuPont DD negative 8.55% led nearly all 30 of the Dow components lower. Shares slumped after the diversified manufacturer posted weaker than expected results. Its third-quarter revenue missed expectations and the company trimmed its full-year earnings outlook, while also revealing a restructuring plan that is to include the reduction of 1,500 jobs. Shares of 3M slid. The blue-chip industrial conglomerate reported third-quarter revenue that fell short of expectations, and lowered its full-year earnings outlook. United Technologies, thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. UDX negative 0.81% declined after lowering its sales forecast for the year. Last month, the maker of helicopters, elevators and air conditioning systems delivered a cautiously upbeat outlook for 2013, but pared back those expectations slightly. Investors said the weak earnings reports are symptomatic of a global economic recovery that remains vulnerable. Soft earnings reports last week from technology companies, including Google GOG plus 0.80% and International Business Machines, IBM negative 1.21%, served as early signals about the sort of results that could surface this week, said Tim Leach, Chief Investment Officer at U.S. Bank Wealth Management, which, thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Manages around $80 billion in assets. The confirmation stroke is that we're seeing weakness in mainframe industrials, Mr. Leach said. Expectations have been too high for too long, and the markets are telling us that we have grim economic numbers and that there's no white knight to stop the readjustment. Elsewhere, United Parcel Services UPS plus 2.89% revenue missed consensus estimates and margins shrank, but the stock rallied as the package delivery company reported solid volume growth in the U.S. Apple APL negative 0.81% slipped ahead of an event in California. The company is thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Expected to unveil a number of new products, including a smaller version of its iPad. Facebook FB plus 1.24% rose. The social media company is scheduled to report quarterly results after Tuesday's closing bell. On the U.S. economic front, the Federal Reserve Bank of Richmond offered a mixed report on factory activity. Manufacturers in the region said activity contracted this month, but slightly less than last month. Stock declines in New York followed those in Europe and Asia. The Stoxx Europe 600 fell 1.7% in response to news that Spain's economy contracted in thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. The third quarter, according to Spain's central bank. The bank repeated a warning that tax revenue shortfalls might prevent the government from hitting 2012 budget targets. Overnight, Moody's Investors Service downgraded its credit ratings on 5 regions in Spain. The latest news likely adds to pressure on Spain to officially request aid from the Eurozone's bailout fund. Without a request, The European Central Bank can't go ahead with a bond-buying program intended to drive down borrowing costs for the Spanish government. Asian markets were mixed. Japan's Nikkei stock average inched up less than 0.1%. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. To post its 7th consecutive gain, China's Shanghai Composite fell 0.9%. Elsewhere in corporate earnings, Xerox tumbled. The printing and services company's third-quarter profit shrank 12% as sales continued to wane. The company again lowered its earnings expectations for the year, and revenue fell below analyst estimates. Whirlpool rose. The household appliance maker beat profit expectations and also raised its 2012 profit guidance. Coach surged ahead. The maker of high-end leather goods reported fiscal first-quarter earnings that topped estimates, boosted by a jump in international sales. Texas Instruments TXN 0.00% slip. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. After the semiconductor maker reported third-quarter earnings and revenue that exceeded analyst forecasts, but provided a fourth-quarter outlook that was below current expectations. Western Digital WDC negative 1.53% slumped. The hard drive maker reported fiscal first-quarter earnings that missed analyst projections. YHOO plus 5.83% rallied. The internet media firm reported third-quarter earnings and revenue that beat analyst estimates, helped by stabilization in search and display advertising revenue.